What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. We've been through some dark times with Marvel, and certainly all of the Marvel television shows, of which there's been very few actual good things from it. Could make a case for some of them, but that's more probably like a broken clock situation. They were bound to stumble on something with the quality of ingredients, however diluted they were working on. But it does seem that at least some course correction, of course, that big creative reset for Daredevil, the constant word from Chris Gore, friend of the channel, that Marvel is the one that might course correct before anyone else and already has, and that Kevin Feige has told people basically, look, we tried it being pushing heavy agenda and third wave feminism and all that other fun stuff. It's not working. So now we got to return to what does work and profitability. And one of the allies, and I use that term broadly, that we have had is actually someone named Brad Winterbaum, who is an executive over there, and he's one of the good ones, if you can believe it. I'm basing this all solely on the multiple hours of talking to Bo DeMeo, who the first times I asked, like, how the hell did you get hired there if you were a fan? And they knew you were a fan. Brad Winterbaum is the answer. He was the one that actually hired Bo because he knew he was a fan, knew he knew source material, and he's the one that is at least on our side. And he's the head of Marvel TV, and he's the one saying that we're going to be returning to comfort viewing reliability. And what the hell is that? Well, let's have him explain it. So, ahead of the release of Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus, we've got Brad Winterbaum announcing the shift in the TV division strategy to one of comfort viewing reliability. So he was talking with Entertainment Weekly about the show and about the choices. He said his team is now creating shows that last for multiple seasons, according to EW's Nick Romano. Now, well, you would ask, but weren't you always making shows? No, they were shooting out one shots with maybe they'd get a second season if they did well, but there was really no plans and there was no story Bible. And one of the shocking things that came out from talking to Bo DeMeo, former X-Men 97 showrunner, was that he had full multiple season Bible plans for season 1, season 2, season 3. These are the characters. These are what they're going to do. They're going to start here. They're going to here. This is what they will do. This is what they won't do. They don't do that for any of the shows. Now, elsewhere in the writing world, they do that, but they do not do that over at Marvel because we found out very quickly. They knew how to shoot movies, and then at least at one point, and then do their little reshoot period at the end. That is not how you do television shows. And they, of course, see what they've done. Winterbaum also said that the aim was to get back to, as we said, comfort viewing reliability. Daredevil Born Again, a multi-season show. 100% it's a multi-season show. Adding the caveat, I don't know how many seasons till it'll run, but it is pointing out that Dario Scardapane, following the creative reboot of the series, that the creative team of the show is a better oiled machine, that it at least some form of continuity of idea. Everyone wants the same television, because one thing that's also apparent is you get a bunch of writers and producers and no one can agree what the tone of the show is. No one can agree the direction. Nope. Some people want to go like, well, let's continue it in the vein of the past Daredevil shows. And anyway, that all led to that creative reset and honing it in. While talking to the Hollywood Reporter in 2023, he said, we're trying to marry the Marvel culture with the traditional television culture, i.e., you need to be able to course correct and have multiple seasons and tell a story that whole way through. How can we tell stories in television that honor what's so great about the source material? First, you start by honoring the source material, which it seems like they're going to be able to do again. We'll see. We'll see. Marvel is making concrete changes in how they make TV. It now has plans to hire showrunners. Fucking shocking, right? The studio also plans on having full-time TV execs rather than having executives straddle both television and film. It is also revamping its development process. Showrunners will write pilots and show Bibles. Show Bibles. This is, again, the biggest takeaway from Bo DeMeo, is that show Bibles must return. You must have a plan. The reason they don't like it, of course, is when they try to change dumb shit, you can point to the story Bible and go, no, no, no. because this, because that's something they haven't done. If you say you want to change this, you have to see how that'll reverberate across your characters and stories. You can't take away the adamantium from Wolverine here. You can't say you're introducing it here because it means back here in the story. See? So which means you have to know lore before you change lore, which was what Bo's whole point was. If you're going to change anything, you have to know it intimately, to know, like a surgeon, what can be taken out and stitched together. And this just goes on to talk about the horrible ratings they've had for Agatha and Echo, and how even Agatha at the end there beat the Acolyte in numbers. Echo got all pump and dumped out, which is exactly what's going to happen to Ironheart and Riri Williams. Armor Wars will never see it. And that's basically it. We'll get the Thunderbolts. We'll get Fantastic Four, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, and that stupid Spider-Man movie, depending on what they do, and then everything gets reset. And on the television front, well, we'll see. We'll see. But at least I do have more faith in Bo DeMayo and this, talking about showrunners and story Bibles. Brad Winterbaum, excuse me. I have more faith in a Brad Winterbaum, who is the one who protected Bo for as long as he could and hired him based on his love of the source material. So if we have an executive that knows that story Bibles and source material and not pissing off the fans is a good thing, that is definitely a start in the right direction. So for now, Brad Winterbaum is one of the good ones, not Cabal adjacent, but we'll consider his application. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.